Hello, this video is about Warrior One and we will be starting lying down. What I wanted to do was to create some strength and stability in the hips, the pelvis, and feel that we are strengthening up through the legs. So as always, if something doesn't suit, please don't take it. If you find that you've got a little bit of pain or discomfort, then rein it back. And of course you can always hit the pause button on the video and fast forward as you choose. You can extend the practice or perhaps add your own little bits in as well. So we're going to start lying on the back. So coming into a place where you feel easy and comfortable with the knees bent, feet flat to the floor, and just allow yourself to soften with gravity. So as you soften down with gravity, feel your body weight sinking down into the mat, feet firmly placed, back of the head, shoulders, pelvis. And then tune in to your breath, inhaling and exhaling. Now we're going to take an inhale, bring the arms overhead to the floor behind or alongside the ears, soften the elbows, take the arms wide as you need to. So we're going to inhale and bring the arms up, and on an exhale, draw the right knee in towards the chest, give a little squeeze in, inhaling, exhaling. And inhale, bring the arms up, replace the foot. Exhale the left side. So as you exhale, drawing that left knee in, holding it there. Inhale, exhale. Inhale the arms up, replacing the foot. Exhale the arms down to your sides. Okay, now we're going to take an upward leg stretch. We'll do one side at a time, then both together, and then we'll do one more both together, but do feel free to continue one leg at a time if you prefer. So the arms to your sides, feet to the floor. So you inhale, bring in the right knee in over the chest, stretch the leg up and arms up alongside the ears, push to the heel. And then exhale, bring the knee right back over the chest and replace the foot back to the floor. And the left side. Stretch that leg up, push into the heel. Exhale, knee back over the chest and foot back to the floor. Right side again, or both sides together. And the last one. And then just pause there, and maybe you want a little bit of a sway or something similar. And then we're going to work on this area, so the gluteal muscles around here. And I'd like to keep your thighs parallel, so you could put your hands on the top of the thighs to ensure the thigh doesn't move. And we're going to extend the right leg and push into the heel. So you might even want to glance up, check your legs are still parallel from the knee to the hip. Now from here we're going to do teeny little circles. And I think of this as drawing round a 5-pence piece with your heel. So tiny little circle. First one or two are easy, and then gradually notice the working of your muscles in your thighs. And then we'll reverse that movement and go back the other way. Keep it really small, really controlled. Keep pushing into the heel. And then we can replace the foot back to the floor. See how that leg feels as it settles with gravity. Now, same thing, left leg. Those little circles again. And they need to do round about 10 in each direction. And reversing. And then replacing the left foot to the floor. And then just again a little bit of a sway perhaps to see how those legs feel. And then the last movement we're going to take from the back is a pelvic tilt. So the bit that moves is from the lower ribs to the hip bone. So it's this section here. And ideally we don't want to be pressing into the feet, and we don't want to be shunting the head and the shoulders. So as we take the pelvic tilt, we're going to breathe in, and then on an exhale, drawing in the abdomen and flatten the lower back to the floor, and notice how your pelvis tilts up towards you. And then as you take an inhale, release back to that neutral start point. And we'll do it 4 more times. So you're breathing in, no movement. Exhale, flattening the back, drawing firmly in at the abdomen. See if you can also lift up at your pelvic floor. And inhale, release. 3 more to go. It's that exhalation, drawing in at the abdomen, flattening the back to the floor. So the last one coming up, and just noticing that strength, that toning of the muscles, the abdominal muscles, the pelvic floor muscles. So all subtle movements. And release. At this point you might want to hug the knees or do some little knee circles or sway. So do what your body needs you to do. And then when you're ready, you're going to roll onto an all fours position. Now, if you want a little bit of a longer practice at this point, I would suggest some cat stretches or some downward dogs. But we'll leave those for now. Do those for yourself if you choose. But I'd like you to extend the leg back. So I started on the left simply because it's closest to the camera. It doesn't really matter, we'll be doing both sides. Push back into the heel. And then you're going to lift the leg. Now see if you can keep your pelvis level, so not opening up at the hip. We're going to do a little bit of pulsing movement. So it's just a lift of the heel. And then you're going to bend at the knee and a few more little pulsing movements. And then we can replace the knee down to the mat. And just noticing sensations in one side. And then when you're ready, side 2. So for me, it's the right leg. Push back into the heel. Keep the pelvis level. Keeping the pelvis level will automatically engage your core muscles. So we're keeping the leg straight, pulsing movement, and then bending at the knee and pressing up with your heel. And replacing the knee. Okay, so we're going to come down onto the mat, belly down, and we'll just assume a crocodile position to begin with. So you fold your elbows and stack the hands and bring your forehead down. And you might want a little bit of a wriggle there, just easing out into this area, the gluteal muscles that you were working just now, and also perhaps into the back of the thighs. Now we're going to lift the heel towards the buttock and lower back to the mat. So the thigh stays down, the hip bone stays down. We'll do that again. Squeeze the heel to the buttock and replace the foot back down. Now bringing it in for a third time, holding it there. So we are using the hip and thigh muscles to hold that heel in, and without contorting yourself, you're going to reach your hand round for your foot. So if you don't comfortably reach that, don't worry about that or this little bit, it doesn't matter. And then just squeezing in the heel a little bit more, stretching out through the front of your thigh. And then you can release back down to the mat. And then bring your arm back round so you're back into crocodile. Now we do the same one side too. So we've got the heel coming in, keeping the thigh down and lowering. And again, bringing the heel in and lowering back down. Now for this third one, we're going to hold the heel in place and then reach your hand round without contortion. So if you find that you can't quite reach your foot, then please don't force your body into making that happen. You might find that the heel actually now touches your buttock, or perhaps not, it doesn't matter either way. You might find one side is easier than the other. And then releasing the foot back to the floor. And again, any little wiggly, rolly, shaky movements that you need. Now hands underneath your shoulders, coming up onto your all fours. You're going to have the feet together, knees wide, mine are about hips, the mat's width wide, and slide the hips back. So it's going to be a wide-legged child's pose. So you take your child's pose as it suits. You might want to be in this sort of position. You might be comfortable with the forearms down, or you might feel ease as you bring the forehead down towards the mat. And I'd like just to stay in this position 2 more breaths. And then you can walk your hands back towards your knees, bring the knees together, and we'll come to stand. Come up as you need to, but if you can just tuck your toes under and roll up, do that. And then you're going to come stand in mountain. And now we're upright, have a little wiggle, adjust yourself, all those things that we do before we find stillness. So they just dissipate our energy. We want to find a sense of steadiness through the feet and openness. So we're strong and secure, grounded, yet open and light. So mountain pose. And let's just breathe in mountain, feeling ourselves upright, noticing any sensations in the body. And our first posture from standing is going to be a forward fold. So we'll take the arms out wide. So you inhale, bringing the arms overhead. And then as you exhale, swoop the arms down. You can soften the knees, just drawing at the abdomen. Bring the hands down to wherever they reach. As you inhale, swoop the arms back up again. Now we're going to repeat that, but come up to halfway. So as you exhale, forward fold. Then slide the hands up your shins in the direction of your knees. As you breathe in, draw the shoulders back. Keep the abdominal muscles drawn in. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way back up. And we're going to repeat that one more time. So as you exhale, forward fold. Now this time, if you choose to, you could spread your arms wide. So as you inhale, halfway, or slide the hands up the shin. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way back up. And exhale, arms to your sides. Back to mountain. And we're going to come into a warrior goddess. So if we take the feet a little wide and then have the toes wider than the heels, your feet are about a 45-degree angle. And then we'll just sink down. So the knees go in the direction of the toes. So we don't want them knocking towards each other. And then we're going to take warrior goddess arms or cactus arms position and settle here. Feel the strength in your legs, the openness in your upper body. Let's take 2 more breaths. And then you can inhale, straighten up and lower the arms. And then step yourself to towards, you don't need to be right at the end, but towards the end of the mat. And we'll turn around and we're going to come into the first way of doing Warrior One. So we're going to take this one 3 times. So I'm going to lead off with the right leg and the left leg I'm going to turn out. So turning out from the hip. You don't have to turn that leg out. What feels comfortable in your body is not always the same as what's comfortable in another body. So I'm going to turn the leg out and take a step through. So we want the hips, the shoulders facing forwards. And then on an inhalation, as we bend the knee, we're going to take the arms up alongside the ears. And then exhale, coming out. And we'll do 2 more of those. So please do adjust the shoulder and arm position to suit. So as you breathe in, it'll be the last one. Exhaling. And turn your back foot so the toes face forward if you turn the leg out. And step forward. Now we wouldn't normally do this in class, but in a home practice all we need to do is turn around. So this time then we'll take the right leg out if you're moving in that way. Step forward with the left, and we'll do 3 more warrior ones for side 2. As we inhale, we're reaching up, expanding, and exhaling. Last one, inhale the arms up. Exhaling, straighten the knee and lowering the arms, turning the foot forward and stepping through. And then just briefly come to your mountain pose. Now we're going to come into Warrior One again. We'll be staying in position with the legs, but we'll be moving the arms. So if you'd like to come round to face the long end of the mat again, as we did just now, and adjust the left leg as you choose today, how it wants to be. Step forward. As you inhale, bending the knee and bringing the arms up. You're going to exhale, draw the arms down into the cactus position and inhale here. Exhale, take the arms behind you, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the chest as you inhale. And then straighten the knee as you exhale. And then, as before, we're going to step forward. So another 3 breaths in warrior number 1. So we stay with the legs and move the arms. Stepping forward comfortably with side 2. Hips, shoulders facing the same direction. And then inhale. Exhale to cactus arms. Inhale here. Exhale, clasp the hands behind you. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, straightening the leg. And stepping forward. And turning back around. Now again, if you want to extend your practice a little bit, I suggest that you hit the pause button and then repeat that one perhaps a couple more times on each side. Now we've got one more warrior variation to do. This one is a little tricky in parts. It starts off as you've just done, and then we'll do a forward fold from there with the arms interlinked behind. So you might want to watch it first and then rewind, or play along with me. So, back to warrior 1 position. Inhaling. Knee bends, reaching the arms up. Exhale to cactus again. Inhaling here. Exhaling, clasping the hands behind you. And inhaling here. Now we're adding on. As you exhale, you're going to come to a diagonal. You're going to take another inhale. And as you exhale, keep the knee bent. Begin to fold forward. So please watch your balance with this one. And then inhale. Stretch the arms. Bring the hands overhead. Now from here, as you exhale, take the hands down to the floor and then begin to turn your feet, so the feet face forwards, and then walking the hands around, so we're swiveling around, and reset your feet so the right foot and the leg turn out. And bend the left knee over the ankle, ready to take warrior 1. And then exhale, lowering the arms and straightening the knee. Now we're going to do the same thing again, leading off with the left side. So we'll inhale, exhale to cactus. Inhale here. Exhale, interlace your fingers behind you as you inhale. Exhale, come towards your diagonal. Inhale again. And then exhale, beginning to fold forward. And then your inhale, stretching the arms up overhead. Now releasing the hands down, hands come back down to the floor, and you're swiveling around towards the front, and then you're going to continue swiveling around again. Make sure your feet are reset, ready for warrior one. Bending the knee and bringing the arms up. Warrior one. And then exhale, lowering the arms, straightening the knee. Now at this point you choose step forward or step back. I'm going to step back for this one. And then coming into mountain pose. See how things feel. And we're going to conclude by taking wide leg forward fold. So if you'd like to take your legs wide, and we're checking the toes are going forwards. Now you could either have your hands onto the hips or the pelvis, or you could have your hands on the thighs, sliding the hands down your legs. So we'll inhale here, and on an exhalation you can soften the knees, you can slide your hands down, and the hands come to wherever they come to. Maybe your knees, your shins, your ankles. You may be comfortable to have your hands flat to the floor, and coming into wide leg forward fold. Taking your hands onto your legs, if you have them, onto the floor, soften the knees, rolling up to stand. And then you can shuffle, walk, jump, step your feet back to mountain pose. Come to mountain and observe your body. So well done for getting to the end. I hope that you enjoyed that sequence. And I'm going to say namaste. Thank you very much for watching.